All right, everyone, welcome to the Tuesday edition of AI Lunch and Learn, where we talk about what's new in AI. We take practical and real world use cases and kind of walk through them. And the goal is always to help businesses grow revenue, find new customers, that type of thing. That's why we built the platform, and that's where the focus is. I see we have some of the regulars and some new names. I saw in the chat Dr. Rashan. I try to find fun music to play as we warm up. And then I see you shared a deploy path. This is from famous.ai, one of our favorite tools. Let me grab the URL here and we'll take a look at it. That's really what these sessions on Tuesday are about. Talking about the types of things that we're doing, and you have your assessment for walking somebody through workplace challenges, and they can answer whether they're comfortable and moderately comfortable, very comfortable for each business. And I assume the goal is to do a report evaluation based on their responses using this as a lead magnet. Dr. Sean, you can speak.
Yes, that is what it is. It's a lead magnet. I've decided that what I'm going to focus on in order to master a skill set is just doing these lead magnet quizzes with
Yeah.
my clients. And where I got to with this is I completed the lead magnet. I opened a Superbase account. I connected it to Superbase, and I see that the information is populating in Superbase and going back and forth with a number of iterations to get the look and feel the way I want it to. Where I am now is I've decided to find a way to dump the information from Superbase into another database that all of the clients have access to and feel comfortable working with, if that's possible.
Clients within one organization or across all organizations?
Across the multiple clients that I'm working with. There are two places that I got stuck. One was where to put the report that comes after they filled all of this out. I didn't yet hook up the Calendly. I have to hook up the Calendly, and then where do I put the reports so that people are able to access it once they get their score? Then, depending on the category, I have four categories that they fall into. Depending on the category, they get a particular report. But where do I put that, and how do they connect with that?
The report is going to be per company or per user, or how is that report? Is it global?
Each
So
each company will have their set of four reports.
essentially, what you're going to have to do next is you want to add login and sign up abilities, but then you're also going to build out a user dashboard. Whenever somebody starts an assessment, I recommend doing it at the end of the assessment. Right now, your end result is book a discovery call. Before they get to that book a discovery call,
That's for that particular category. There are three other categories where it is get the report.
on that get a report version, you have them sign up. Are you having them sign up or you haven't done that yet?
Oh no, I hadn't. This is as far as I'd gotten. I
Okay,
didn't.
okay, this is where we're going. On the get a report page, this is where you create that sign up and login process. You would get to that page and then they would enter their name, email address, phone number, or whatever other information that you want to capture. From that, you would create a login or sign up process. You tell the app that I want to have a membership sign up slash login process to any page that has get a report. And so once they sign up, the next thing is when they land in as someone who's logged in, you would create a dashboard. On that dashboard is where all the reports would be, among other things that you want to add there. Okay, you just tell it you want a membership sign up and login. And for each user, you want to have a dashboard where their
Very live.
answers are. So you have that sign up. After they sign up, you'll be capturing that information. Then on that dashboard, display the user's quiz results and any reports generated from that user experience or quiz.
Do I do that from Famous or from Superbase?
You do that from Famous. It's
Okay.
just another prompt, just like you've developed here, this quiz, and you have a book or thing. I would also add here, I think you should, for consistency, it might actually be easier for all your users when they get to this point. If you give them this page, for example, what's
Hmm.
next is we're trying to get them to book a discovery call, which is low friction.
Hmm.
Now you've given this assessment and you have no idea who they are.
Okay.
My suggestion, as it is a lead magnet, the purpose of a lead magnet is when they get to the end of your assessment, they
Hmm.
should always be asked for their information to see the result. So
Okay.
now you have their email and their name. Maybe you don't make the phone number required, but definitely you want their name and their email before they get the assessment. And everybody, for the most part, will do it because they went through 13 questions or however many questions. And so they've put time in. Now they want to know how they did. They'll give you their name and their email, which is a fair trade, basically. Giving them some
Hmm.
entertainment, and now you're going to give them back the information. If they don't do it, then they're not a customer anyway. No foul, that kind of thing. But most people will give you their name and email at that point, and then you can share the results with them. The reason why, then you have consistency. Now you can have that login process tied to anyone that has a report, and you have both sides of the equation where you have just their name and information. That's a good way to do it. That's really the whole point of the quiz. Get that name and email address. Then you create that dashboard, and that will take them to where they need to go. This quiz is a powerful way to create some lead magnets. Any other immediate question, Dr. Rashan, before I move on to Annette?
Yes. What I need to clarify is that we use Build Biz so that we can have access to white label these various AI tools, but we use Famous to actually build whatever we have to build. We need memberships in both places, right?
Yes and no. There are two different purposes to the platform. BuildBiz is a place where you can build a white label where you offer custom AI tools, whether you create, now this is where it gets interesting. Now that we have Famous, you can use this tool to create custom AI tools. Big Dream Generator is an example of a custom AI tool. I use it to create, and I recommend everybody who doesn't have an existing business just run through this to get their ideas onto paper. This is a good example of a custom app that serves a purpose. This was built in BillBiz, but you just
Mhm.
did an assessment tool in Famous. The difference is this tool is more static, where, it's formalized, it's got 13 questions, and those 13 questions never change. And what it can do is create this business brief based on the prompt I put in. It's good. It's not a bad app at all. It serves a really important purpose. You can take this and send it to another app or copy paste it into another app and do a lot of things with the information that you generated. Whereas with Famous, I can add that app directly into my platform that you just built. Let's say you build that quiz app and you build it and you drop it into Famous. That is also available in the platform as an external app that people can use who are members of this platform.
Mhm,
The
mhm.
difference is you can run an ad to your Famous assessment quiz anywhere and people can come and use it and be a public person. That's why it's a great lead magnet. But if you tried to share the big dream generator with someone, they couldn't use it unless they're a member of your platform. See the difference?
Okay, yeah, I do, I
Yeah,
do.
it's not a matter of you have to, it's a matter of what's the purpose of your app. Even though you take that app and add it to the platform and it's available to your members, you can take that app and put it anywhere because it's an externally facing app and you can share it. All you need to do is create a domain name for it.
Okay.
And if you don't know
Okay.
how to do that, I can help you with that as well. But that's all you need to do is add it to a domain. Subdomain is what I would recommend, whatever your brand is. Just add it as a subdomain, and then you're good to go from there.
And does the Build Biz have all of the apps that they have on Deal.ai?
Yes and no. Generally speaking, all of the core apps are there, hyper-realistic, AI Video Maker, AEO website funnels. On ours, it's called AEO Website Creator because I wanted to make it very simple that it's not just funnels, you can build full websites with it. All of those apps are there. Now, there's apps that are on deal that are not here, and there's apps that are here that are not on deal because they're all custom built. For example, on mine, I have an app called AI Sales Coach, which is closest to ChatGPT as you're going to get on the platform. You just ask it questions. On the Deal.ai platform, it's called Ask Alex. That's what I meant
I
by
see.
yes and no. They're the same app, but they're different branding, if you will, and different knowledge bases, right? The
Mm.
Ask Alex knowledge base is different than the this app here. I built this app primarily for helping businesses with sales and marketing. And even though it has shared knowledge with Ask Alex, because the LLM is the same, the rest of it is custom to Build Biz, just like Ask Alex is custom there. He has several custom apps that I simply don't include because they have nothing to do with my build. Let me show you what I mean.
This is very helpful, Danny. Thank you so much.
Oh, that's what these lunch and learn sessions are for. For example, this is the deal.ai look and feel. Mine is obviously different because it's a custom build of it. But if I go into settings, he has apps that I have no interest in adding to my platform. Just like if you white label my platform, Build Biz, there may be apps that you have no interest in adding. He has a birth chart, lucky crystals, and numerology style apps. The reason why is he has a white label around this particular system, but it didn't fit my white label. And my white label is about helping small, medium-sized businesses grow revenue. Numerology just didn't fit. That's what I meant by yes and no. Some of these apps are simply not available in Build Biz. Let me know if you need these apps. I can add them for a special build or something if you need them.
Because those actually would help my client base.
Yeah. The way that we would have to do that is I would have to create a membership level for these apps, and you would have to essentially cover the cost for your members for those apps. And that's basically how it would work.
Good to go. Let's do
Or
it.
or you can build your own. This is what I meant by, some of these apps you certainly could build based on your own philosophies and requirements that you have. That's why these are just custom versions of apps. In other words, if you go to, let's see, we got the birth chart. If I go here and I asked the AI sales chart,
Okay, this is
I
really
want
great.
to create an app for tell me what would need to include. You can pick a topic. If you have something specific that you need, you can now know, here's what I need, and then build your own custom app. You have the power to build anything you want. You don't necessarily need the Deal.ai version of it. You build your own or
Mhm.
personalized to you. Here's the user inputs that you need, and then you would give a drop down or whatever and have them pick the different things they would want out of it. And so that's what I meant by I don't know if you need to jump through any hoops. I would just build one of these that makes the most sense. And all you need to do is ask AI how to do it. And whenever you're not sure, ask AI how to do something. So, hey, I want to do this app. What's a good prompt to do this? And it'll tell you. That's what's fun about it, is you don't have to know all the details. I have no idea if this is accurate or not. I don't know anything about Vedic birth charts.
Mhm.
You would know if this is a good answer, and then you would know, hey, it also needs this or it doesn't need that. And so that's what I meant. You can build different custom AI apps, as we might know. So you could build it here, Give me a good prompt for this app for famous.ai. Make it comprehensive and work for any coding app. I only add that last piece in case you don't want to use Famous, but the point is you would use Famous. You're already a member of that anyway. Prompt, create a modern user friendly, da, 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 da. And then you would just take this prompt. Annette, you're learning about famous.ai too.
Mhm.
Famous.ai is in the platform. All you need to do is go here. Sometimes it errors out, but most of the time it'll drop you right here. I'm already logged in, but if you are not logged in, you can still just drop the prompt right here. This is a prompt. Create a modern, user-friendly birth chart application for web and mobile devices. The app should include the user's name, date of birth, exact, so on and so forth. It's getting all the stuff. It's telling it why, because it's going to use this chart here, and it's going to break it all down. I can literally build this app by clicking this, and I have no idea anything about this. But
Mhm.
the AI does have at least a clue, and then as the human being in the equation, you would edit it to make sure it actually does what you want it to do properly. And that, I don't know how many of the trainings that you may have seen on Famous, but this is a new app that allows you from a sentence, just like you do with ChatGPT, you can communicate with an agent, AI, in this case, Famous, to build applications, both website and mobile. One of the things that we're going to do is just like Dr. Sean built that quiz app. I want to build an app to drive leads to your website, which we're going to finish up. People are searching for new ideas for family reunions. By the way, we just had Dr. Sean, was it 2 weeks now? Or even a week ago? It's all a blur. And that is my sister-in-law. We just had a family reunion, but people who are looking to do a family reunion, looking for ideas, Net's business is she produces t-shirts, memorabilia, anything to do with events. She produces those. And so we're building her a website within the platform. She's one of our oldest members on the Build Biz platform. Annette, what's going on? Happy birthday again. You can come off mute.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
How is it going? How's it going today? What you doing special for your birthday?
You know I don't celebrate birthdays, but
I know, I know.
I'm having a very good day today.
All right, that's good. Yeah, I haven't seen O today. I think he went out, but yeah. All righty, it's building on it. While it does that, the
Danny, is there a way to print out that whole left hand column when you're doing a project so you can have a record of how you prompted and all of that?
Good question. I don't believe that is a feature. Now, what's getting interesting is they're launching the white label for this tomorrow, the next day, somewhere in there. You'll be able to create your own version of famous.ai. This is really exciting because just like I created a custom version of deal.ai called BuildBiz, I'm going to create a custom version of famous.ai, and I just got one of my new features. I'm going to create a button to print out the information on the left. I would say, generally speaking, most people probably just copy paste the whole thing.
The
I know
white
you can
label
get,
is coming out in 2 days.
it's supposed to be tomorrow, but you never know. It might be a day or so late. And then you'll be able to white label Famous. Yeah, you'll be able to white label it through this, correct? Oh, excuse me,
Okay.
through Famous. My white label is going to be called App Server, and that'll be App Server with an AI. There's nothing there now because I haven't white labeled it yet, but will be appserver.ai. I have appserver.ai and a few other ones, but I'm going to probably drop it under appserver.ai. That'll be,
Okay.
it's
Please
not
let
there
me know
yet.
soon as, because I definitely want to white label famous.
Now look at this. This is so cool. I
This
have no
is so
idea what it
cool.
is. And this is the beauty of it. You can type in a sentence or a prompt and you get this information. Now, of course, when we use this, it's not going to actually do anything simply because it does not actually know. It doesn't have any place to put it. What Dr. Rashan had to do is you have to link it to a Superbase.
Right.
give it some kind of idea of where to put this stuff. I am sure there are people in the universe that actually know that information. I am not one of them. I can barely remember what happened yesterday. I'm not a good candidate for you, Dr. Rashawn, on this app because I have no clue. And I was born.
You can just use 12 noon as a medium.
See, I learned something new today. We'll just do 12. All right. And then birth country. I can do that. You know what I don't like about this app is when it comes to privacy, I think that would be a problem. This data is very,
Sensitive data.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's HIPAA sensitive. So why does it need to know the city and the country?
The calculation is based on longitude, latitude.
Interesting. Let's see what happens if I just give it Trinidad. Please enter a valid value.
So do 001200.
Okay. Well, let me put
001200. But won't do 0001
01.
1200.
It would only let you do AM or PM. So,
It's going to use military time.
right. Yeah, I get that. But then it doesn't, no, see, it's not military.
Very changed.
Yeah, if
Okay.
it was military, it wouldn't need to know the PM. Okay. All
Just put Atlanta, Georgia for privacy's sake.
right. All right. Generate birth chart. Wow, that was fast. It's like it was almost waiting for
Wow. And
me.
it's real information.
To you,
Oh my God.
I have no idea what this says.
Click on the PDF button. The PDF button in the top
Oh, okay. Okay. Says it did it. I don't think it did, though. Let's.
is telling you where it would be. This is fascinating. That was incredible. It's probably pulling from the LLM knowledge base.
Well, yes and no. As I said, this is not connected to anything yet. It's interesting. The AI is producing what we call mock data.
Right.
It's not really pulling it, but this is interesting what
It
it's
really
created.
is.
It's something. Yeah, it's like this. This is interesting.
No, no, but what I'm saying, Danny, is this is real information based on this information that you put in.
Yes, the AI has the ability to do that.
It's incredible.
This is good stuff. I like it.
I appreciate all your time and help this morning, this afternoon. This was really, really great.
This is good stuff. And it shows off the features I wanted to show off anyway. So this is perfect. Annette, one of the things you saw when you jumped on is we were working on Dr. Rashawn's quiz. I want to show the prompts you can use to create a quiz because it is a very powerful marketing tool that we're going to use to drive people to your website, which we are going to go back and finish building. And that we might build a version here in famous.ai just to see how we can compare the two. We have some good foundational things, but we were cut off in the middle of building your website and it's nowhere near complete. And I do want to get yours to finish. Hey Bear, how's it going?
Hey,
Welcome. How's it going?
I'm doing well, brother. How are you?
Oh, I'm great.
Hey, sister, how are you? How are you doing?
Fine, fine. Thank you.
All right, doctor.
How you?
I am well, thank you.
What was your question, Bear? You have a button that doesn't do something?
Oh yeah, when I did a application for a family, just a family honoring the past family heritage tree. My buttons don't work on there. Like I
Well,
seen when you did hers,
did
the
you
buttons
tell it?
opened up.
Yeah, well, that happens sometimes. Did you tell it what you want the button to do?
I did not, most likely. So I probably have to go and edit that.
Oh,
Yeah,
come on, Bear.
I'm still going over the
It's not
material from the.
not magic.
I'm
You
still
have
going.
to, if there's a button that doesn't do anything, tell it what you want it to do with the button. For example,
Here you go.
this button here, PDF, an embedded page at preview, it's just telling me what it should do. And let me check my files. I'm actually, no, I'll check right here. Let's see. Where's my little down arrow? Yeah, it hasn't done anything yet.
Mm.
It's just thinking about it. But that's what I was saying is you have to tell it what you want.
Okay.
So I could say something like, when I click the PDF button,
Hmm. That's when we go and edit the app prompt. There you go. Okay.
nothing happens. I want the user to receive the PDF via download. Dr. Rashawn, is this a report or what is it that they're going to get when they click? They want to
Get the chart itself with a brief overview, not a very detailed thing, but a brief overview.
okay, we're going to receive a chart and brief overview PDF. It probably is going to say I can't do that without Superbase. And the reason why you need Superbase is you need a place to put all this stuff. See, it's like you can't do that unless you tell me where to put the stuff. You tell it to create a new Superbase project. By the way, you have to pay for usage on Superbase. No, don't create 1,000 apps unless you're okay with paying for the usage. You don't pay for anything you don't use. There's a free version in Superbase, and then there's a $25 a month version, and then you have CPU cycle usage. If your app is not doing anything, it's not going to cost you anything. On the free version, after a couple of weeks, it tells you, hey, we've paused that database, which is good because you don't want to get charged. It'll pause the database if there's no use on the free account. You don't have to create a new database. You just literally go into Superbase and tell it, reactivate that database, and then you're good to go with it. Okay?
Okay, when I did my report earlier, I created a super base and it was a free choice.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You can start with a
Okay.
free choice. That's correct. What will happen is when you run out of free cycles, it'll tell you. All AIs do that. They have free versions, and then you'll eventually run out of free. Like for instance, with Famous, it's free for 5 messages a day and 30 a month. But then when you exceed that, it'll say, hey, you got to pay. All AI work the same way. Now that we have a database, if I do that whole process again, let's do it again. I'll say confirm and 64. Make a date for birth time 01/12. And then PM is 2. And we'll put Atlanta, Georgia, and generate. And we have this here, different things. And let's see if we click the PDF button. Do we get anything? We got to put the code in again. Hey. When I click the PDF button to download my chart, nothing happens. Fix it. Now it has a database. It can go back around and say, okay, where is it in the database? And the other thing you can do, and Dr. Rashawn mentioned this earlier, is you can actually log into your Superbase, go to your dashboard, and then you have your, hey, there it is. That one's easy to find. Sometimes it's hard to find the name, but this one was easy. And then you can see when you look at the tables and the database itself, if they have any information. See, it hasn't created any tables yet. So it didn't have any place to pull anything for the PDF. This is what I mean by sometimes these things happen where buttons don't get created, data doesn't get saved because it's saving it in mock data in the browser instead of saving it to Superbase. The first edition of it created it, but it didn't actually put it anywhere. Now we are having it actually put it somewhere. I'm not going to create a table because I want the app to create the table. There's nothing here right now. We can go back one level. This is the only one that's today, astrology one. This is a spiritual guide community. This is different. This is not the one that we're working on. Okay, that's fine. Let's go back and see. It's writing utilities, PDF, fix the PDF download functionality by creating a simple PDF generator that downloads chart data as a text file, updated the chart download. So in other words, all the stuff that it said it did the first time, it didn't actually do. Now it's fixing it. It found where the error was. This is dependency and fail back to the HTML download button. That's where it kind of fixes itself. I learned an interesting thing from a customer. Sometimes you'll go back and forth with this AI like 10 times and it'll say, I fixed it. And you're like, you didn't fix it. Usually there's two things that could happen. It could be a user error. I'll give you an example of myself making a user error. I was telling it that when I clicked this button, nothing happened. And it kept saying, I fixed it, I fixed it. There was a button that was, I want to say it was get started or something. I was arguing with it that, why won't you fix this button? It won't do what I want it to do. And then for whatever reason, I ended up scrolling down and I see there's another get started button on the bottom. Of course, when I clicked the one on the bottom of the page, it worked perfectly. The AI was like, you didn't say which get started button. Hint number one in design, don't call the two buttons the same thing. But second of all, even if they are, make sure you take a screenshot of what it is you want it to change so that it knows which specific button you're trying to change.
Mm.
The second thing I learned from a customer was if it's stuck and you are legitimately waiting on it to fix something over and over again and it's not making it happen, simply tell it to ask it, I should say. And I give this advice all the time. I'm getting this error. It is not getting fixed. Tell me what I need to do to fix it. And it will tell you. Sometimes it knows what it needs to do, but it can't actually make the change. There was three places on her app that were not functioning properly, and it gave her the answer of how to fix all three of them. And then she just told it literally what it just said to her. She told it back to the AI, here's what I want you to do. And the AI was able to then fix the bug. It's really strange how that worked out, but it was interesting to learn that even in the AI game, the app itself can oftentimes help you. Now you notice that it changed it from
Wow.
PDF to download. Let's see, did I get it? I'm still not getting a download. It's nice that it tried to fix it. This might be a permissions thing, meaning to download, it needs permissions to get to the browser section. And so it may not be able to do that. So let's check our downloads area here. This is solicitation. That's not, this is earlier today. I had a customer I was helping. And so that is, he's in sub government contracting. Hopefully,
Okay.
when you tell it to change your button, it'll change your button. This is not an issue of it changing the button. This is an issue of it getting access to the download functionality of the browser. What you're asking the button to do on yours will be easier and faster to fix. I can make this work. I'll just have to play with it back and forth a couple more times to make sure it gets it. I'll have to say something like, you have permission to change, give it specific instructions of what I want it to happen. But it did give us the ability to download the chart, which is what we wanted to do. Let me also do this. I'm going to publish this and just share
This made a whole lot more, more sense than the training last week,
it.
which was, it felt like a fire hose.
Well,
This
yes.
this has been real clear.
Yeah, Bear was on that training as well. So here's the add a domain button, which I spoke about. This is where you would go in and add it to whatever subdomain. I recommend a
Mhm.
subdomain of your existing domain. You could buy a domain if you're creating a completely new one. And then down here on the bottom is where you would go to share this link. And so we would just click that and I'll drop it in the chat. Whoever wants to play with this chart, they can play with it. That's number 1 and 2. And we were going to, let's see, 12:47. Okay, cool. I think I have just enough time to start this. We're going to have to probably finish it at a later date. But
Thank you so much, Danny.
let me see if I could find that document. Where did I drop it? Hold on a second. Give me 1 second. I have too many folders open. Annette, have you been doing any AI stuff for your business? You've been generating lots of images.
Right now, I'm finishing up on my job. We changed locations, so that's why I haven't been on Tuesdays anymore.
Oh,
But
okay.
hopefully, we go back to regular time next week. I'm always doing something for the business.
That's the thing about being an entrepreneur. You are heads down running the business and don't have time for certain things. This document will be a document that everybody on the call except Annette will be familiar with. Hey, Julian, did not see you when you jumped in there. Welcome. I promoted you to be able to speak. Hello. Is this your first time on this call? Hopefully, I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Pouncy? Or are you in a place where you can't speak right now? If you want to, you can come on mic and say hello. All right. We'll assume Julian is doing something serious like driving. Give the benefit of the doubt. All right, and another call. No worries. Completely understand. We're all busy entrepreneurs, but I wanted to say welcome if this is your first time. This is the AI Lunch and Learn where we are doing practical AI things. Right now is helping Dr. Rashawn and Bear, who David Allen, go through and help them with their famous.ai app. I'm going to drop into the chat a really cool document that we created during the last AI training. For those who jumped on the call late, there's a white label of famous.ai coming out either Wednesday or Thursday. For that app, I will be creating a version of famous.ai called App Server AI. And so that'll be my white label version of it. And let me see here. I'm trying to find the links that I had earlier. All right, so this is going to be eventually where I launch the white label. It's not up yet because they haven't even launched the feature yet, but it is coming. As far as Famous goes, if you haven't played with it, you can get into it directly from the platform. If you haven't signed up for the platform, let me know and I'll give you a rundown on doing that. The platforms that we're playing with today are the BillBiz.ai platform and the Famous.ai platform, soon to be white labeled and renamed AppServer.ai. Okay, let me do a couple of housekeeping things here.
If anybody was in the class, that you probably can go into your Google Drive and see the recordings from that first and second day. I've been
For that fire hose effect, you can go back
going.
and watch it slower. All right, so there's the link for famous.ai, and that gets you my link, which is nice if you use it. You don't have to, but I appreciate it. The other part of the training we were doing is on that document. I wanted to show everyone you can either run that through the AI app, AI Sales Coach, and ask it to help you create this quiz. You can do it completely in here. You can do it in ChatGPT. You can use any LLM that you want to. It's a really good way to do this. Let me find, I had opened it already. There we go. Here's the first prompt. And this is what I wanted to show everyone. This is the most important prompt to get started. There we go. Let's do a new chat. That's the first prompt, and it's a long one. You are a world-class expert business strategist. You understand. I forgot to edit the chart. Who cares about Australia? I realized that after I typed it in there. You understand family reunion. I'm doing this for Annette. Native expert level. So I didn't fix this prompt before I put it in there. So you guys get to watch me do both. Specialize in expert level on family reunion and apparel business and the issues. Okay. And the issues of coming up with new event ideas. So we have new event ideas, fun family activities. And I want you to help me build a brief for a quiz where I can collect information from families create a guide to give them the benefits of hiring apparel company like, what's the name of your business, Annette?
Graceful Threads.
Thank you. Graceful Threads. All right. An event, an apparel event company. I like that better. I want the quiz to go through a comprehensive Q&A in all areas of family reunions. We're going to start with just family reunions. You can use it for any event, but this particular one is going to be just for family reunions, because what you want to have is a different quiz for different things. For example, I know you also provide apparel and memorabilia for funerals. You don't want to mix those two in one quiz. Those are completely happy occasion, very sad, painful occasions. You would have two different types of approaches to those things. Same company, but totally different audience. Family reunion where they are experiencing pain, typically family members are, and so this is where we go back to, we were actually building at one point, and I hope it was in here. I go to AO website creator. We had started on Annette's website quite a while ago. It was one of the first ones we started building. And so here's the page we had started working on. And we were really using rudimentary looks and feels. We did like this picture. That was a good picture. So we can actually feed it some of the stuff that's in here. The things that we're going to feed it is the benefit stack. The benefit stack for people who are long-term customers of BillBiz, they understand this is what people buy. People don't buy features. They only buy what's in it for them. This is the types of things you want it to be able to provide. And then things that are in this family reunion. As a matter of fact, we had created a little guide for them as well. I'll actually give it that guide as well. So business owners or bookkeepers. So we want to say typically these experiencing pain. Typically these are the solutions they need. And just feed it a page. And I'll give it the page. And some of that benefit stack as well. I'm giving it all kinds of data that it can use as part of what it is working on. There we go. These are the things they need. Control C. All right, cool. Now they've got all of that in there. Perfect.
Hey, Danny, is this the same app that Joel Hill was working on as well?
No, this is the one that we
Okay.
did in the training the other day. In the famous.ai training. This is the example David did for you guys. I also want to incorporate how AI could be a powerful tool for growth when it's in the right hands. And then I'll go here. This will be a quiz. Perfect. This will be a quiz that helps families and understand the unique way, cash flow, specialize in this service will include stress. Please provide me with a quiz that will help families quickly understand good planning to experience memorable occasions that will be remembered by multiple generations. You remember that time when Uncle Cecil? Yeah, that's what we want to have. Please provide me with a comprehensive brief. Boom, and we'll kick that off. I think we fixed the bug. Remember to edit your prompt before you drop it in. And then the next one, it'll give back a product brief. And you guys on the training also saw there's multiple ways to create these product briefs. What's interesting is the AI is getting used to us asking it to build these quizzes. A lot of times it'll produce pretty complete quizzes right away. You might have to go in and tweak the key that's used to answer it. I'm just reading through what David got, and then I want to see what the next prompt was. I think it was developing the key. There we go. What would you like to narrow the list to? I want to use the future ready business assessment. I want to collect general state and then provide an answer key and guide them to a score. I want to use 4 scores, a readiness and opportunity, so on and so forth. He's given the details of how he wants the quiz to be built and run. For this, we really don't need a complicated quiz. This is going to be good enough for the most part. We have the quiz here. Do you know how many people need shirts? It's a good quiz. It's walking them through the things that they're going to need and the primary call to action. And so it's not so much, it's closer to your assessment than a quiz. It's not so much an entertainment quiz. This one is more of a fact gathering inquiry. Scores you're 67% complete the user received. It'd be fun to see. Without a key, I don't see how it's going to produce a key, but we can have it. That's interesting. All right, so here's a future ready assessment structure. And I want you to provide an answer key that would guide them into a score. I want you to produce 20 questions and 20 answers in the answer key. I will prompt you to write the reports. All right, so that is a good prompt. Let's see. I don't think we need 20 questions though. All right, so we'll cut this down. Like I said, we don't need it to be lengthy. I'll change these to 10 questions each and tell it to go. Basically, we're cutting David's prompt, which was very comprehensive and perfect for the accounting business. We're going to bring it down a little bit. So we're going to tell it we want no more than 10 questions. A key basically is just telling you how many points each question is worth. All right. This is the report. I don't want all that detail. This is getting into, I want you to write a bio about the individual and strategies. All of this stuff is really good if you're doing a very detailed quiz, right? And we're not going to be doing that level of detail for Annette. And then the reason why I'm doing all of this is so that when we're done, we'll be able to add this quiz to either your landing page funnel or just as an advertisement for your business, because that's the point of the quiz, is it drives traffic to your business. So that's the whole idea, is they take the quiz for free and then they end up needing your expertise if they don't pass, which most of them will not because they're not ready by themselves. Please format the question and answer section into a famous data in your front. It brings all the questions in along with the scoring after the 20 questions. We collect the contact info. This is what you were missing, Dr. Rashawn. You want a place that it will collect it. And you can add it after.
So collect info before showing
The results.
Make sure that we collect the contact info before showing the score results.
That's the important part, because you can just give them the score, but then you lose them as a prospect. Make them put in at least the name and address or whatever contact information you want. I'm going to do that prompt. Please format the question and answer section into a famous AI friendly prompt that brings all the questions in. Also, the 10. I want to make sure that we collect the info before showing the score results. The form is completed. We show them their results as well as a call to action, which is to book a call and get a complimentary consultation. That's fine. We can have them reach out to Annette once they finish the quiz. Perfect. I think that is good enough. Let's see if we kick that off. Stop, just stop. All right. Before we do that, give me 10 viral names for this quiz. We need a name for our project before we start dropping in. Just the first prompt screwed it up. All righty. We definitely lost it. There we go. All right. Quizzes. Wow, you guys need to tell me, Danny, you're not actually reading what you're doing. This is bad. All right. Apologies, folks. All right. We're going to totally break the thread here. That's my fault. This part is perfect. I like this idea. This is good. And where did it go? Back. Oh, okay, let's rename this. Let's see. Res quiz. This is a user error extraordinaire. All right, so we fixed that. And so we're going to fix this here. Back here, we went off the reservation. Quiz formatted landing page. All right, let me know. Oh, the quiz format is good. So why won't it let me get access here? I'm gonna copy this. That's interesting. We definitely ran off the reservation. So this is a good response. And it will not let me edit this prompt. We'll copy the prompt. No, totally did not do that properly. I want to go back to the family reunion quiz. I want you to produce 10 that I will use to write the guide. Ignore anything to do with fractional CFO. That was an error. My quiz is for a family reunion, apparel, and events. Family reunion readiness quiz. That's not bad. Now there's a new quiz. I could have created a new thread, but I wanted to keep using the work we had already done. We now have 10 quizzes. There's the breakdown, reunion royalty, planning pro. I like all of that. Give me 10 viral names for this quiz. Let's see what names we get. Family reunion planning scorecard. What's your reunion readiness score? Are you a family MVP or in need of planning rescue? That's pretty good. How reunion ready is your family? Yeah, so great family reunion readiness quiz. I like that one. You could test when you do marketing, for example, you can test these headlines and see which one will work best for you. Is your family reunion headed for glory or grit? I like the glory part. Grit, I don't think that's a good counter to that. From cast coordinated, the Great Family Reunion Readiness Quiz. Are you and your family members in need of planning? The original name was Family Reunion Readiness Quiz. That's not horrible in itself, meaning it's stated fact more so than anything else. We can go with that. I think that's okay. Let's use that. All right, let's try this again. This one does not look like it has any issues in my prompt. Please format the question and answer section into a famous and friendly prompt. Name, email, phone number. Let's see, collects name, email, phone. And after that, contact form is, there we go. We're just going to do name, email, phone. That's perfect. We don't need any more information. That's the last prompt. I'm gonna give you this whole thread and that so you can go in and play with it and share it with everybody. This is a really good prompt. and thread, and so it should be good. It's building it out. It's actually building out a very detailed prompt. Okay. We can do a couple of things. We can drop this in. This is JSON. It's not bad to give it all of that, and I'll tell it. Also, give me a text version. That's a JSON version, so you can still give that to it, but Famous does not require that level of detail. We can give it both. Now let's see what happens. And so these are the quiz questions, contact form. There's the key for knowing the results. All right, so let's give it both. I'm kind of curious what it'll do with the JSON version of it. And I want to build a quiz app. Let's see what it'll do, if it'll take it without the text first. All right, we're going to wrap it up here. We're 17 minutes over. Sometimes we go over on these calls, but I did want to finish this particular lesson. Do I have any questions while it is taking its first pass at this? And we'll continue building this out. It's not going to be complete just from one prompt. Does anyone have any questions I can answer?
No.
All
See you
right.
tomorrow. See you tomorrow.
Thank you much, Danny.
No worries. Annette, I know you don't celebrate, but still have a great birthday. If nothing else, make Thompson make you some food.
Cool.
or Basha and make her make you something to eat.
Well, happy day, young lady. Happy day.
All righty.
Y'all, thank y'all.
All right, everyone. We're just stick around for this if you want to. If not, you can drop. It's fine. I'm just letting it finish up
Oh,
here.
I'm gonna hang out.
Yeah, I gotta actually go pick up Millie because I dropped her at work this morning. So Millie is Annette's sister, my sister-in-law. We were out celebrating our
35th wedding anniversary.
God bless you.
that was last night. We just got back from downtown. He goes to work at 4:30, 5:30 in the morning. So I gotta pick her up. My day is really just getting started.
I lived in Fulton County for a little bit down in Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
I went to George Washington High School, played some football down
Was that where you got Bear as a nickname, or you already had that?
there. Actually, I got it from in Newport. I had it when I was a baby. Used to be Sugar Bear
Oh,
after
okay.
the Super Sugar Crisp cereal. Down there, my nickname was Doc Amp, AMP, because I was always amped up.
Oh, there you go.
I've had a few nicknames in my time.
I love it. I love it. It looks pretty nice. We can play around with it. Let me see something. Yeah, we can actually do that. We can make your gradient match. We can talk about color schemes and things like that. So we can feed it a new gradient based on your color schemes and kind of go from there. It looks like it did the first pass on creating the quiz. So that's pretty good. We'll publish this.
You can put pictures in there.
For each page, you could have different pictures. How far in advance do you typically start planning your reunion? I know my family, it starts a year in advance because it takes forever to do it, and it's painful. How do you currently handle t-shirt and apparel orders? We use a professional vendor with clear timelines. One family member coordinates manually. We've had issues with later missing orders. We've never done reunion t-shirts. All right, so basically this is pretty good in it. I think that I'll give you this and then you can play with it and just tell me what questions to change or add. And we'll add more questions if we need to, involve multiple generations. Yes, we gather input from all age groups, mostly adults. Only one person chooses everything. Millie, Nat, Deborah, three sisters. They have
Bless you.
two more brothers, two more living brothers, but
Three.
three more living brothers. And then the funny part is only the ladies drive the reunion. All the guys are useless. They may get on a call every now and again, but they don't actually do anything. Definitely the ladies are the ones that coordinate the whole thing. Have you experienced delays or quality issues at past apparel vendors? Yes.
Yes. Yes.
How confident are you in planning timeline? We have some dates set. It's loose and organized. That's pretty normal. Do you know how many family members will need shirts? Yes, we have a list of sizes. Ha! We have a rough head count. What kind of reunion activities do you have planned? You can kind of walk through this, finalize theme or design concept. We had nothing chosen. Are you confident in handling t-shirt distribution? Yes, we use reliable. It's chaotic every year. You community reunion updates with the family. We use digital tools, mostly phone calls and text. Dr. Rashawn jumped off, but this is one of her issues. It wasn't collecting this information before it gets the results, and that's what you want. I got a 17 out of 30. I'm a planning pro. We definitely need to update some of these colors here. Close to reunion greatness with a few minor tweaks and support. Let's fine tune your event together, book a call, or take the quiz again. This is what you want. You want people to go through this. What we would need to do is we would add a Calendly link here that they would get on your calendar, and we can talk about how to implement that. But that's effectively it. It's looking pretty good, and it's doing a pretty good job of the quiz. 57% is about right because there's questions where obviously if I had done this multiple times, I would have got a higher score, that kind of thing. But that's probably even a high score for a typical new planner. Let me share this link with you so you can go in and play with it. Copy, and I'll drop it in the chat and go. All right. Anyway, take a look at that, and then we'll regroup and continue building this into your website and continue making it. But first pass is it's looking pretty good. So we're going to need a Supabase to make sure it will store the names and the quizzes that people take. And same thing I told Dr. Rashawn that she needs to do. We'll build that next week and go from there. All right. Thanks. And everybody have a
All right.
bye-bye.